What's up everyone? My name is Neen Williams. I'm here today with Braille. I'm gonna talk a little bit about my new signature shoe from Footprint Footwear. This just came out, it's called the Intercept. So I helped design this shoe with the owner of Footprint. We designed this shoe to kind of cater to how I skate and how skaters like to skate. First thing that I had to have with my professional shoe was to have a laminated collar around the ankle here. This is for heel flips. This is your protection for heel flips. So you can heel flip all day with this shoe and you don't get like that really roughed, ripped up area. I mean, you might still rip up some area, but this laminate is there to help prevent the tearage up around the ankle. Tearage, I don't know if that's a word. But anyways, I kept the design very plain and basic. I put the lace cage nice and high so you don't rip your shoelace as often. Yeah, it's just really basic. This sole right here, this is one of the new colorways that are just coming out. It's called the Black Ice colorway. So it's see-through like ice, and you can see the DGS system, which is like the Footprint insole system that soaks up to 91% impact shock energy. So this helps with like your joints, your knees, your spine, like all of that stuff. So when you jump down something or you do like a 3-flip flat ground or anything like that, it's gonna soak up that impact. And that's what I really like about these shoes. Wide foot cage in there, so it's not super narrow, so it's not squeezing your foot. Your foot's naturally supposed to be a little, like your toes are supposed to be a little spread apart. Helps with balance and all that. So they have that in there, plus arch support and shock absorption. And I'm really stoked on it. It's called the Intercept by FP Footwear. It's my new shoe. Since I made this special laminated area to do heel flips, I'm gonna teach you how to do heel flips. First tricks you need to know before you can learn a heel flip is an ollie, of course, and how to ride. Like a lot of things with skateboarding, before you learn tricks, you want to be able to be comfortable on your skateboard first. So you want to be able to ride, you want to be able to cruise down the street, go to the store, go to the park on your skateboard, just get the feel of your skateboard, the looseness of your trucks and everything. So then you're one with your skateboard and you're not just trying to learn tricks right away. Secondly, you're going to want to learn how to ollie. So ollie, you know, snap the tail, slide the foot up, even the board out. That's the second initial thing that you need to learn is the ollie. So a heel flip is basically an ollie mixed with kicking off your foot, flipping the board with your heel. So I got my skateboard here. That's going to make it easier for me to explain it. So when you ollie, you put your foot in the pocket here on the tail and your other foot somewhere below the top 2 bolts. You time it, you snap the tail, you slide your foot up to the nose, and you even the board out, and then you come down. For the heel flip, you set up pretty similar to an ollie, but you put your toe slightly off the board. For me personally, I like to kind of keep my toe on the board, but I know a lot of people think it's easier to have your toe slightly off the board like this. I like going like that. But what you do is you snap the board with your foot, with your toe hanging off, and you do an ollie first. And then as you're going up with the ollie, you kick the heel like that off of this part of the nose right here. And that's gonna make the board flip and do a heel flip. Then you gotta catch it and put it down and land it. Now, a couple things, like for myself, I like putting my foot fully on the board like so. My back foot is usually somewhere in the pocket, like around here, somewhere in there. I snap the board, and what I do is I like to ollie first, and then when I get to the nose, I flick it off, kind of like a kick flip, but the opposite way. So I'll ollie and then flick it. So then it ends up going forward like that, and I catch it more tweaked out that way. So for me, it usually flicks off somewhere around, probably around here actually, like the ollie area, because I'm ollieing first and then my foot's like that, and then I'm flicking. And that's kind of how I've developed my own signature heel flip. It was just from time and time of doing tons of heel flips my foot it just started working that way, you know. Another thing is like where to look. I feel like if you're a little bit more squared off when you do heel flips, you heel flip better. If you're looking forward, the heel flip might go a little backside, or it might go behind you. But if you're more squared off this way, the heel flip comes up and goes nice and quick and solid straight to your feet. That's like one of the reasons why I like heel flips over kick flips, because it really has that really nice cupption to your feet after you flick the heel flip and catch it. Some of the problems that I notice out there when people are first trying to learn heel flips, they're just trying to pop the tail and just kind of kick their heel down to flick the board to make it go fast. Sometimes that may work. It's a lot harder to do it that way. I think the best way to learn a heel flip is to actually ollie and flick off the nose, And that flick movement is gonna get the board to flip really nicely instead of like super fast and rock it. It's gonna actually pop your board and flip really nicely for you to catch a really good heel flip and put it down. Also, just commitment, perseverance, just sit there, keep trying, try, and don't give up. That's how you learn tricks, you know, like for some people it comes really easy, but that's not the case for me. You know, all the tricks I've ever learned, I had to try. And then when I finally figured it out, I figured it out. But even to this day, it's like, I don't land tricks first try, you know, it's like, it takes me a little bit of time, and that's the fun of skateboarding, you know, it's a trial and error, and that's the best part to me. So there's a couple ways you could practice it. You can hold on to a fence and do heel flips like that, because by holding onto the fence, you could kind of hold yourself up as you jump to heel flip, so you could give it some time to flip, so it'll give you that feeling of catching the board and putting it down. Also trying it like stand still on a carpet. You know, you could pop the tail and flip it and like put your back foot down and watch it flip, and then put your front foot on the board. So it just kind of gives you that feeling of how to flip the board and how to land on it. And then you just put two and two together and start just going for it fully, you know, full commitment, just jumping straight above the board, flipping it, and just putting both feet on it. You know, it's all a learning curve and it takes time, but as long as you keep practicing, you'll have heel flips in no time. Obviously, with all tricks, there's a couple things that could go wrong. Landing primo is probably the worst one to do when you mess up on a heel flip. It happens, you know, it happens to all of us. You gotta just, basically, the more you practice it, the more you know, maybe hold on to the fence and flip the heel flip, you're gonna get used to how long it takes for the board to flip over. The more you practice on the carpet, all of that stuff is gonna help you at the end, and it's gonna help you avoid landing primo. It's gonna help you, like some people have trouble, like they tell me like when they do a heel flip, it goes behind them, and that has to do with your shoulders, you know, and if you practice a little bit more on the carpet or holding on to something, it might teach you how to keep it underneath you, you know. It's different for everybody, but there's a certain method to keep your board straight underneath you, and that's something that's learned over time, and that's learned with practice. So I hope this helped you out, and I hope you guys are all heel flipping in no time. Thank you for watching. My name is Neen Williams again. You can follow me on Instagram, Neen Williams, @Neen Williams, same on YouTube. My footprint footwear shoe right here, the Intercept, is now available, black ice. I love this colorway, so you can find this in stores. Braille, thank you so much, Braille Skateboarding, for having me and letting me do this tip trick right here for everybody. And I hope everyone has a good day, and let's get these heel flips.